you hear me okay? I can hear you.
Can hear you great.
Okay. Yeah, doing good. Just, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, you know. It's always, where am I going next? And
Nice.
who's calling me now?
Always keeping busy, and that's a good sign.
Yeah,
That's a good
yeah,
sign.
it's really good.
So what I wanted to do is I have some people that I'm working with who are directing my marketing and outreach, and asked me to do interviews with some of my, not interviews, but just check-ins with some of my favorite friends and students, and
Hmm.
I thought of you. So it's just maybe about 10 questions, just asking you about the work
Okay.
and your experience about it.
Okay.
And that's basically it. And this is going to help a lot of people who are in your situation, who get referred to me, who,
Right.
who are looking
Don't know
for
you.
help,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and wanting to see if I can help them. So
Okay.
we'll start with just the first question. If you could just give me a little bit of a background of who you are, and just your life a little bit, what
Hmm.
you do and stuff like that.
Okay. Okay. So I'm Debbie Sander. I'm a wife, a mother, a residential realtor in Palm Desert, California, and a native Californian, born and raised in West Los Angeles, and lived in the Palm Springs, Palm Desert area for the last 17 years. And that's it in a nutshell.
There you go. Okay. And how did you first hear of energy awareness training?
I saw you on Facebook, and I just listened to the little Facebook posts about energy awareness, and I said, I like that. I like that idea. If I could do that and really change my perception of negative or positive, I think this would work. And but it was basically the Facebook posts that I
Uh,
saw you.
Great, great. And what were you going through when we first started talking?
So when we very first started talking, I was just kind of looking for help in the area of my business and my relationship with my daughter. And then things kind of changed beyond then. So I really needed you for my stage 2 breast cancer diagnosis, and hoping to have a positive experience with that at that time. But that came a little bit later than when we first connected. So
Mm. So you were in a kind of a stressful situation, and you reached out, and then that stressful situation, while we were talking, escalated into a breast cancer situation, and then we started working together.
right, definitely.
Okay. um Maybe this is kind of dovetails on the same thing. What drove you? You heard about what I did, we talked a little bit, and what drove you to make the decision to invest in yourself and invest in the training?
Well, I think, having a life-threatening diagnosis kind of works for me. And I knew that there were the standard typical ways to deal with my diagnosis, which I did. But I also knew that there was a whole nother side of life and energy and all kinds of healing that could take place outside of the mainstream medical. And that's really what drove me, because I believed in that a little bit more than I believed in what the doctors could do or say. So I think that was it. It was, there's something more, and I'm going to find it. And I did.
Yeah. So when we started, what were you looking to achieve? What results were you looking for?
I think when we started, I was hoping that this session with you and energy awareness would complement my treatment plan and elevate it to a level of positivity that I wasn't feeling at the moment. I was trying to, uh, just, kind of deal with, what do I do now? So I think it was just yeah, just the fact that this was going to be something that is going to be out of the realm of normal,
Mhm.
but I believed in it. So that was my biggest thing. I believed that it could change what happens to me.
Beautiful. And we did a specific 12-week session specifically uh, for that, even though we still work together, but we concentrated on that specific outcome. And what was the outcome? What is the outcome after we completed?
Well, it was interesting because through the whole process, and this was maybe a 8-month process that I was going through, I found it, I found myself available to be positive, which is a huge help to my body and my immune system. And the outcome was I'm cancer free today. And that's exactly where I wanted to go. And I'm cancer free and still have both my breasts, which is where I wanted to go. And it was a process that took time and energy, but I was in a better place with you, more positive, and that helped me a lot. You could see that. I could feel it.
And some of the, it's funny when you mentioned about both breasts, there were some doctors who suggested some radical treatment. I mean, one doctor recommended a mastectomy, and that was, I remember we were horrified when we heard that, and we kept going towards healing and
Right.
towards what we wanted to achieve, and we're able to keep everything together and
Mhm.
move forward so that you move out of this intact, which is
Right. Right.
pretty pretty important. How do you feel about that?
Right. Well, hey, mission accomplished. When somebody can align with what it is that I want to accomplish, and some doctors don't do that today. They want their own agenda. So when I aligned with you, it was I'm with you. We're on it. We're going to do this, and it worked out perfectly. It was like, wow, what could get better than this?
Yeah. That's great. Wow. Wow. So
Yeah.
what aspects of the coaching did you did you find most powerful, impressive, and impactful? Was there any part of the different things that we did?
I think that just knowing that I could take a few moments each day in the morning and start my day with a rededication to feeling good and being positive, and understanding that I could understand what's going on in my body and where the stress levels were, um, and do something about it, and be an active participant in my healing. And then that way I started my day feeling pretty good. And even if my day changed up and I'm like, uh-oh, I could really understand that I could start my day over, and I could lay down and get quiet and do some energy work on myself
Mhm.
and have a whole different experience when I got up and started doing other things. So yeah,
Wow.
I think that was the main thing, is that I personally could change the way I was feeling, because I sometimes don't, I wasn't feeling that way. I was kind of scared. So it kind of this whole process brought me back to the power that I have within to make the change.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the next question I want to ask you. What did you learn about yourself, or what lessons or what education did you get about yourself from the training?
Yeah, I think I got that I'm a powerful woman in the world, and I have the ability to change, you know, and nobody can change me, but I could change me. And, the way I look at things today is different. I'm not so negative. And if I get negative, I stop myself because I realize that's not what I want to be doing, because it just brings more of that to me. I'm like, wait a minute, is this what you want? No. So I think that I have an awareness, a new awareness, and a new tool to use in my day-to-day life that works for me getting what I say I want. Because I go off track kind of easily and I go, oh no, this is not working out. But I can change that. And that's what I learned, is I have the power, not you, not somebody else, not the doctor. I have the power within to make the change. And yeah, it's available to me. I love
Nice.
it.
I got the power. Nice. Um, um, has the training helped with any other parts of your life also?
Oh man, yeah. I mean, I have a daughter that's been a little bit of a problem for a long time, and she's not young anymore. She's getting older. And so, as we discussed that, and you helped me to help her, um, she's transforming into like a whole person today. And that's just because the energy was different with me after working with you. And then I'd sit with her and her energy changed. And then, a lot of praying and a lot of other things went on. But you really helped me to assess the situation with her and to try to help her. Because what I was doing wasn't helping her, it was further continuing the mess. So she's made a huge transformation too and working on herself.
That's
So
wonderful.
that's one of the biggest right there, besides, my health. It's been
Interesting. And
awesome.
and and I think we learned that there was a connection there in that relationship between her and your health, and that there was
Mm-hmm.
that connection influenced the health challenges that you've been through. And
Right.
when one thing, it's interesting that one thing cleared up, and then the other thing cleared up too, or
Yeah.
and it's still clearing up. That's great. That's great.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. It's wonderful.
so, would you recommend this work to anybody who's facing health challenges or personal challenges, family challenges? They're going through something. Would you recommend the work?
Absolutely. Personally, it's very different than anything I've ever done in my life. And it's just been very specific for my own needs. And just having the love and support of a person like you who can redirect what is going on in a way that lasts,
Mm.
I would totally recommend it. I think it's invaluable. Honestly, it changed everything for me, and still continues to do that because I love working with you.
The thing cut out for a second, right when you said I would recommend that. Could you just repeat that just for a second?
Yeah, I just said that I would highly recommend it because it's changed the way I look at things, and it changed what I do, and it's invaluable to me, the work, and the continuing to work with you on a regular basis is just really helpful. I've not found it anywhere else in my life ever. I haven't found it through a doctor, a therapist, whatever. It's just very, very helpful to bring me back to my own ability to change something rather than wait for somebody else to help change me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And last question: who do you think could benefit from this work?
Wow. I think anybody who's just have, a couple of things, like we all have things going on in our life, whether it's business challenges, health challenges, family relationship challenges, just life. I think, anybody who has life going on and needs a little redirection could benefit. I mean, some of it's huge redirection. I was in a state of, uh-oh, here we go. And it could be something as simple as I just have a problem with relationships, because you can change the way you see things if you are aware that you can and you have tools. And that's, yeah, the tools are the most important part. So definitely anybody who's living and breathing, I guess.
Wow, that's great. That's great. So you're here now, that in the kind of in the condition that you wanted to be in. You're healthy now. Your
Mhm,
relationships are getting better, and life's looking
mhm,
good. Did
mhm.
and how's business? Did
Well, Yeah, it kind of all goes together, right? I mean, once I changed the way I'm looking at things and things are improving in my health and my relationships, I'm kind of open and receptive to more coming. So that's what's happening. More is coming over here, and then I get something over here. And, I'm self employed. So I have to kind of be continually looking for a new business. I can't get wrapped up in what I'm doing, but uh, it's opened the door to allowing more to come, because I'm in a more positive state and I get all these great positive people coming to me and I'm like, yeah, this works. So it's been great. It's been coming.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
And
fantastic.
when I'm closed off, the negative, nothing's happening.
That's
It's
right.
all dead. Yeah.
That's
So
right. You remember my saying, nothing changes until energy moves.
absolutely. I agree completely.
Okay. Anything else? Is your closing statement anything else you'd like to say to anybody watching the this video about the work, or about you, or anything?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to say that I love you and I love everything that you do to help out everybody out there. I know you do a huge amount of work to help people in all different areas of their life. And you've been so there for me. And, it's hard to get people's attention these days, but to have you and be able to, text you or do anything, you're there. You're always 100% there. And that's that's exactly what everybody needs, and I'm super grateful and I love you bunches for that.
Wow.
Hmm.
Okay. Wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's I think that'll do it. I know you have some
Awesome.
appointment. Thank you so much, honey. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you on
Yeah,
Thursday.
absolutely.
Have a fan. I'm glowing now. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling. I got. I feel the energy. It's
Woo!
fantastic.
I'm good.
Woo!
I
Incredible.
love it.